from one rival, EasyJet, tried to hijack the launch, arriving in their distinctive orange uniforms as customers.
If you think the airline was crazy, listen to this.
Okay.
I believe that the internet is going to take off. More and more people will need to use the internet.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
So you can get it if you really want to. Shine, shine like a star, shining so bright, like the star that you are. Oh, shine into the future, spreading your light wherever you are. Shine, shine your light. Shine, shine your light. Shine, shine your light. Shine, shine your light. Just about them best. Not a band, no warrior. Call it a destroyer. You band, simply the best. Nobody like can touch that. Limford, Christy say, nobody like can catch me. Moving like lightning, enough energy. Shine, shine your light. Just about them best. Shine, shine your light. Just about them best. If I float like a butterfly, the earthling man. Yes, me a jackpot, Colin Jackson. The crowd is roaring, Ian Rice scoring. Holding on the field, them are the champions to win. Well, they said I'd never make it. I fall straight from within. Cause it is there if you seek it. So you can get it if you really want to. Shine, shine like a star, shining so bright, like the star that you are. Oh, shine into the future, spreading your light wherever you are. Come on and shine, shine like a star, shining so bright, like the star that you are. Oh, shine into the future, spreading your light wherever you are. Oh, shine.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's had 75 million views on YouTube in the last year or so. So, and I hope that those from my generation will remember the songs. These were the songs that were in the charts in 1994, where I embarked on this stream of creating the Easy family of brands. The interesting takeaway from all of this is I created a steady recurring income stream into Easy Group, my own company, which donates its profits to the Stelios Foundation to give back to society. So I've created a good way of funding my charitable giving. So let's talk a bit about the other charitable giving. Next slide, please. As a foundation, we decided to be diversified in the causes we support, but we would like to stay close to home geographically. So we can give in all sorts of ways back to society, as I will explain in the next 5 minutes, but would like to keep it close to home. I mean, my abilities, my financial abilities are capable of giving close to home and making a difference here. I understand there are other needs further away, but we prefer to stay close to home. And these are the 6 countries where me and my family have lived and worked, and all our giving goes into these 6 countries. Next slide. These are our 7 trustees, which are spread geographically like countries. So 3 are based in Monaco with me, 2 in Greece, 1 in Cyprus, and 1 in the UK. Next slide. We have 4 iconic properties. One of them is in London, where the audience and the 2 winners are today at 34 Stelios Square in South Kensington in London. And the others are in Athens, in Monaco, and in Cyprus, and we make them available to other charities to use for free. I know that amongst the 127 participants now on the Zoom, 127, there are many other charities, UK charities, that can use that lovely building in London, and we even cover the production and catering costs. So please do get in touch if you want to hold your own fundraiser, charity fundraiser in one of these buildings. Next slide, please. These are some of the events that have taken place in London at 34 Stelios Square, from the King's Trust to the Red Cross to the London School of Economics, my alma mater. Next slide. These are some of the very diversified causes we support in the UK. I'd like to mention the latest announcement we made, which is we expanded the Food from the Heart, a project that started in Cyprus and Greece about 13 years ago, to the UK in partnership with the Trussell Trust, the Trussell Food Banks, and we donated £1 million worth of food, these cans of food. I actually have one here. So it's a can of chili con carne, co-branded with our logos, which we gave to Trussell to be able to distribute to people in need in the UK. As you can see from our work, we help the best, we help the brightest, but we also like to help the neediest, those who need food. Other examples are the Young Entrepreneur Awards we have in the UK that are running in parallel with this awards, but also, the usual, from the British Red Cross to the King's Foundation. Next slide, please. I started giving back to society many years ago now through my alma mater. I believe that scholarships is a very powerful way of giving back. You help, again, the brightest, not the neediest, the bright kids to go to good educational institutions, and then, when they graduate, they can change the world themselves. Next slide. This is some of our work in Greece. Again, I mentioned the Food from the Heart. It started from there, but we also have awards for young entrepreneurs. Next slide. The work we do in Cyprus, our flagship program in Cyprus for 15 years now, we've been helping the two communities on the island to get closer together. So, as you know, Cyprus is a divided island, the Greek Cypriot community in the south and the Turkish Cypriot community in the north, and we give them cash prizes for cooperating. So entrepreneurs from the Greek Cypriot communities and entrepreneurs from the Turkish Cypriot community who are willing to cooperate receive grants from us. More than nearly 5 million euros have been given in the last 15 years. Next slide. This is some of the work here in Monaco. You might wonder, how do you do charity in Monaco? Well, Monaco may not have many poor people, but it has residents here who are very generous philanthropists, so it's a good place to fundraise. So with the foundation of Prince Albert, the Sovereign Prince, and the WWF, the well-known environmental charity, we hold an annual fundraiser here, and we've raised more than 3 million euros in the last 13 years. Next slide, please. So this is the moment I would encourage you to take out your phone and scan the QR code so you can stay in touch with us on LinkedIn. I'll give you a couple of seconds to do it, and then can we have the next slide, please? So let's talk about the specific awards today. £300,000 in cash prizes to go to the 3 winning entrepreneurs. We all know how difficult it is to start a business and succeed. Can you imagine how difficult it is doing it whilst being disabled? That's why I think these entrepreneurs are very inspiring. They've succeeded, and they deserve the recognition and the cash prize. The other thing they've achieved is to basically get themselves a job, because the other thing we all know is that as a disabled person, it's more difficult to get a salaried job. And I think these entrepreneurs, all 125 of them that applied, have basically created themselves their own job. They are their own bosses, and they all deserve recognition. And I encourage the others to apply again next year. I mean, you know the old expression, it was a difficult decision for the judges. This is one of the most difficult judging decisions I have to make. But at the end of the day, I let the best business win. Next slide, please. So at this stage, I'd like to invite the Executive Director of Advocacy from Lena Cheshire, our partner in this awards for the last 17 years, the leading disability charity in the UK. Marcus, are you on the call? Yeah?
Yep. Thank you, Sir Stelios. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marcus Messon, and I'm the Executive Director of Advocacy, Partnership and Impact at Leonard Cheshire. And actually, looking at my photograph on the screen there, I clearly need to update it, otherwise you're going to think I'm some sort of imposter, but I'm not. I assure you that I am Marcus. So what a pleasure it is to be here with you all today, everyone who's in the room, but as well as that, everyone who's online. And it's a phenomenal turnout indeed. So Leonard Cheshire has been delighted to be part of the Stelios Awards for Disabled Entrepreneurs for the past 17 years. Since 1948, when Leonard Cheshire was founded, the ethos has always been about independence. And at Leonard Cheshire, we believe that disabled people shouldn't have to fight to be heard or seen. And unfortunately, in society and around the world, that's very much the case. And that's something that we will keep fighting to address. One of the key ways we do this is through our employment work with disabled professionals and UK businesses. This could be our Change 100 employment programme, which matches talented young graduates with some of the best businesses in the country, and our work with training organisations on how to become more disability confident. And of course, our involvement with the phenomenal Stelios Awards, something that we're incredibly proud of. The awards give us the chance to support disabled people who have the vision and determination to start and grow businesses. As Stelios has already said, it's not easy setting up a business, and it's really not easy running a business. I mean, many of us know that's the case. And to do both of these with a disability in a society that still puts far too many barriers in the way is something really quite special indeed. And so I'd like to say a massive thank you to all of those who took the time to apply to participate in the awards. The winners here today, and there's the old adage, everyone's a winner, and that certainly is the case. And to Sir Stelios and his team for giving Leonard Cheshire the opportunity to once again be involved with the awards. And a big thank you to everyone who's attending in person and also attending online, and I really very much appreciate it. Back to you, Sir Stelios.
Thank you, Marcus. Let's give him a virtual round of applause from the room. And I know all of you are clapping at home, even if you're on mute. Thank you very much, Marcus. Next slide, please. So we're going to hear now from our last year's winner. So this is the guy that won last year. So we want to hear, what did he do with the money? How did that affect his business? Cedric, are you on the line?
He's not, unfortunately. He's experienced some technical difficulties.
So Cedric is on his Paw Patrol bus from London Bridge and has no internet. But on his way here to congratulate everyone in person, but he's not online just now.
Shall we turn his slides? Shall turn the picture? Yeah. Konstantina, can you turn the slides? So this is the business that won last year. So he has this incredible idea of running basically like a bakery on a bus, if you like. So turn some of the slides so we can see it. Okay, so one slide only. Anyway, Tracy, when he arrives in the room, maybe we can give him the floor for a minute or two. Okay, so we're here to introduce the third prize winner for £50,000. And the winner is Paul Woods. Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you so very, very much. I'm absolutely over the moon to be here today, and I'm really humbled by the fact that I've won one of these awards. Thank you so much. I've been asked, as a result of being here today, to put some slides together to give you guys a bit of an overview as to who I am and what I do and what my business does. So I guess really the starting point is that I'm Paul Woods, 51 years old. I'm a family man. I'm a husband. I'm a father. In fact, that's my lovely wife and son there. We live in a little village in the middle of Chester and Wrexham. So I've got the best of both worlds, actually. I'm very close to the old historical city of Chester with all the Roman stuff and the amphitheatre. Granted, it's not very good for wheelchair users. It's quite bobbly and cobbly, but all good. And the other side of me, I've got the gateway to North Wales, which is beautiful, very rural, and Wrexham. And Wrexham's quite an exciting place to be at the minute because of Ryan Reynolds. So yeah, life is good, and I'm very, very grateful. Could I have the next slide, please? Okay, my business is Proactive Dispatch, and I started the company in 2008 following redundancy. But I'd like to talk to you about a little bit prior to that when I was actually an employee. I had quite an extensive career in logistics. I started my career with TNT, and I was actually part of I started as a telesales person. So gosh, I couldn't believe my luck. I actually got paid to have conversations with people about business and solving their problems and solving their challenges, and gosh, getting paid for it at the same time. So I had the good fortune of working in sales and operations, and just a really good ground in working for big PLCs, some smaller SMEs, and it stood me in good stead for when I started my own company in 2008. I mentioned that I started my company in 2008 following redundancy. I lost a very well-paid position. I walked into work one day to be told I wasn't required anymore. My position was being made redundant, and I was a bit stuck. And they always say that there's an event that makes you start your own business, and that was that. And as I drove back up the M6, I called out to a couple of my customers, and I said, I wanted to do a couple of things, actually. I wanted to thank them for the business they'd given me, thank them for the trust they'd shown in me, and just let them know of my predicament, and maybe we'd meet again in the future. And one of those customers, a gentleman called Wayne Burt from G4S, a gentleman I'll be forever grateful to, he said, Paul, why don't you he said, I trust you. You're the person I deal with. Why don't you just start your own company, and G4S will be your first customer? And that was that. And I did some cigarette packet maths driving back up the motorway, as you do, and I realised pretty quickly that one account with no overheads and no staff and working from home, I'd replaced my corporate income immediately. So I lost my job on the Thursday. I started trading the following Tuesday, and here we are 17 years later. And I'm really proud and really, really grateful for that opportunity. I used the G4S business as a bit of a springboard to go and get more custom, and grew quickly, and I needed staff, and I wasn't prepared for them to work at my house, so I needed an office, then more staff and a bigger office, and now we've got a team of 11 people. We've won awards for our customer service. We've won the Chamber of Commerce Customer Service Excellence Award.
Shall we turn the pages so there are more photographs and everything else to see?
Sorry, Stelios, I've lost you there.
Do you have other slides? Shall we be turning the pages?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Feel free, yeah, with pleasure.
You should tell them, yeah.
Yeah, okay. There was a question on the previous slide about how I would invest the prize money if I was successful. And my intention would be to actually invest it in sales to grow our market share, and bring out what I describe as our brand of legendary service to more people. The reason
tell us about some of the wonderful things you've carried in the same day. Because in plain English, your business is moving things same day, isn't it?
Yeah, do you know, it's not rocket science or brain surgery. What we do is very simple. We collect from A to B, and we do it very, very quickly. So I was telling Peter earlier, Sir Stelios, that a couple of weeks ago we had a phone call from Soccer Aid, and they said, we've got a bit of a challenge. We've got to get a T-shirt to the ITV studios by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, because Jill Scott is going to be on the Lorraine programme. And if we don't get that T-shirt to the ITV studios, there's no point in it being on the programme. Can you get it there tomorrow morning? I said, well, my team said, well, we can actually get it there this evening if you like. So they called us at 4:30. We had it collected by 5:30. And had it delivered 5 hours down the road a bit later on that evening. So the customer was delighted. I mean, that's the more glamorous side of what we do, but we move engineering parts, and we move audio visual equipment, and yeah, we've got a great business. We've got basically customers use us when things must get there on time and actually turn up in the condition they were dispatched.
Wonderful. Is there another slide, Konstantin? I keep turning the pages so we can see, yeah.
Can I just, do you mind awfully if I just go back to, I mean, the reason...
Please, it's your presentation.
Thank you. If we could just go back to the previous slide very quickly. The reason I've applied for this award, I mean, the prize money is absolutely wonderful, but the real thing that pushed me over the edge and made me brave enough to apply was that if I was fortunate enough to win a prize, then I felt that potentially we may get some really good PR from it. And as a result of winning, if this encourages 1, 5, 10 other disabled people to actually give a business a go, then it's been a really worthwhile exercise.
Bravo. That's the best thing to say. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well done.
I mentioned before that I was an employee before I started my company, and I always really valued the opportunities I was given, and I always treated those businesses like they were my own. I worked tirelessly, and my point is, if you're an employer and you've got a chance to employ a disabled person, I'm sure there's more people like me around that would just relish the opportunity to prove themselves. Just a shout out to other people with disabilities as well. Business is challenging. We've already discussed that business is challenging. It's even more challenging with a disability. Society's tough. In business, you need resilience, you need persistence, you need the ability to pick yourself up when you metaphorically fall over. But as a disabled person, isn't that what we do every day? So you've got half the skills already. Now, if I can build a business, surely you can too. Thank you.
Well said. Well done. Bravo. Before I move on, just to give the audience an idea of the size of your business. So how many parcels a year do you do? Round numbers?
That's a really good. That's some maths now, isn't it? Probably we do. I don't know. I would suggest something like 100 consignments a day, so 500 a week, 25,000 a year, 25,000 movements a year, just shy of £2 million turnover.
So you solve 500 problems a week. Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's very well said.
Thank you. We market ourselves as the paracetamol to business challenges.
Great business. Onwards and upwards. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next slide, please. So, well done again. So now I'd like to introduce the second prize winner for £100,000. And the winner is Mimi's Bakehouse. Michelle, you're in the room. How are you?
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Thank you so much. This is absolutely wonderful. Wait. What's fine?
Mike, would you like to say a few words to the audience? Well done.
Yes, thank you so much for this cheque for £100,000. I was delighted to win this. It's absolutely amazing.
Did you bring any cakes to 34 Stelios Square?
Yes, we have. Everyone's been enjoying the cakes. We brought them down on the train, and they travelled not too bad. We got them a bit bashed, but we got there. They taste really good. Yeah. So thank you so much. That's very, very good. We're so excited to have won this. So this is our cake from Mimi's Bakehouse. We're a bakery that started in 2010. We started in a recession in the worst winter that we'd had for I don't know how many years. So it was a tough start. The first week or so, we didn't have any customers. And we thought, oh gosh, what have we done? But as time went on, the next week...
Let me get this right. You opened for a week and you had no customers.
We had literally hardly any customers yet.
That must have been nerve-wracking, huh?
Because it was 3 feet of snow and nobody was out. It couldn't have been worse. I had sold my house to fund the business, so I thought, well, where are we going to go with this? But we plodded on, and within a week we had more customers come in, and then word started to spread. And within the month we had queues round the block coming into our business, which was very exciting. So it all turned out well in the end. A lot of people coming in asking, is this a chain or whatever? And we were saying, no, it's not. We spent a lot of money to do this business and get it right from the very beginning, hence why I sold my house, because I wanted it to be my dream bakery. I wanted people to walk through the door and feel like they were getting a hug, because that's how I feel when I go into anywhere. I want that feeling, of getting a hug. So yeah, you can see the snow there in that slide. So we went on to open a further 4 bakeries on top of that, bakery cafes. And then we have 2 concessions. We then went on to an online bakery. We started doing online, but more locally. But then when COVID hit, we then thought, what are we going to do here? This is going to be, very, very difficult. How can we pivot So we decided to do UK-wide. So we did UK-wide using DPD deliveries, and that was absolutely amazing. We were sending cakes out. We actually did our best year that we've ever done in business, that first year of COVID. And it was actually incredible. And it made us realise that we can do this, we can send out UK-wide. So that is what we plan to do with the money. We plan to move to spend on marketing, to market our company and maybe get a better reach across the UK. And we also want to try and create a retail product that we can sell as well. But yes, that's what we're all about. We're a family business.
Again, give us an idea of the number of customers a year, how many people you serve, just to get an idea of the...
Each cafe, probably about 100, depends really, it could be, sorry?
A day.
100 customers a day.
Times 5 cafes, yeah.
Yes, on the 5 cafes, we've got our concessions. We've also got a van. We've got a van that we take out to festivals, lots of festivals that we do too. So there's so many avenues that we can take our cakes and bakes out to. We've done.
So you make a lot of people happy every day.
We do. That's what cake does. It makes everyone happy. There's a great place to be. But you arrive with cake.
Excellent. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Applause to Michelle.
That's my grandchildren.
Succession already in place.
Well, yeah, they're there. Yes. Concessions, COVID. Yes. So, and this is our birthday cakes that we send out all over the country. Yeah, and one of our concessions too. This is our one that's opposite Waverley Station, which is fantastic. It's a great little spot in opposite Waverley Station. So if anybody's coming up to Edinburgh, you know where to come. Yeah, that's our most recent one.
Excellent. Well done again. Bravo.
Thank you.
Thank you. So next slide, please. And now it's the time to reveal the overall winner, £150,000, which is a decent sum of money for any business, and I hope it will be invested well. Congratulations, well done. And the winner is Umbreen David, who is actually lucky enough to be on holiday in Corfu, and yet she was determined to zoom in. And I said, since I'm not in the room, then I think you should be allowed to zoom in from wherever you are. Umbreen, how is the weather in Corfu?
Lovely, really enjoying it. Thank you.
Well, good. Well-earned rest, I'm sure. Well-earned break. Well, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Stelios. Stelios and the LenaCheshire charity, thank you for this prestigious award and very generous one as well. I'm deeply honoured that you've recognised my achievements and believe in my potential too. I'm Umbreen David. I'm owner of Homer Group, Iden Manor Nursing Home. This isn't just a business story, it's a personal one too. So if it gets a little bit emotional, it just shows how much I care. I'm an entrepreneur, a business leader, a care home owner, and a proud mum, an advocate for disability living and leadership and social care reform. I was born with muscular dystrophy, and as a result, I also have significant hearing loss. I made it a habit of doing things differently, and I can assure you my family and friends would completely recognise that in me. I've lived in a body that doesn't always do what I need it to do to keep up with my ambitions. However, it hasn't defined me, and my disability has made me has been my silent partner in shaping my mindset, which is of tenacity and pragmatism and being efficient and endlessly creative and problem solving. And I run my business as both an operator and as a living experienced user, and that's my USP. I proudly became the owner of Iden Manor Nursing Home, a 51-bedded care home located in Staplehurst, Kent, after a company restructure. At that point, the business wasn't performing particularly well. So over the last 3 years, I have been able to turn it around and grow its profitability by over 200% and revenue by 60%. I've been able to increase the number of staff that we employ by 14%, and I've maintained good regulatory compliance. The formula that I used to do this and make this change was to embed my values in my company through care and integrity, authenticity and growth at every level of my company. And I built a bulletproof senior management team and employed trusted advisors and invested in my staff to build a high performance team. I, of course, made capital investments and optimized revenue. And in that way, I've been able to build my business. But I also had to raise my profile to external stakeholders so that my leadership could be visible. And I've also passionate in advocating for social care sector and how it's funded to ensure it's sustainable and it's recognised as a vital partner to the NHS and not just a poor relation. Some of my challenges over the last 3 years, if we could, thank you. Some of the challenges over the last 3 years, of course, have been underpinned by my disability, which means that I face barriers every day and makes even small tasks and simple tasks complex and difficult. But during this period, I've also suffered from long COVID, which brought acute fatigue and pain, which impacted my stamina and my focus. I also had to build a new team and trusted advisors, from bankers to solicitors, a feat that wasn't easy for me because by nature I'm an inward facing professional and conscious and embarrassed about my disability. So I had to flex my leadership and dig deep to look at being the outward face of my company. And of course, we had all the challenges of the economic fallout from the Ukraine war and financial shocks that came during this period. But I carried on, and as a part of the backdrop, I had challenges at home as well because my partner was diagnosed with cancer. But he's had treatment and he's doing great. Next slide, please. So this award isn't the finishing line for my company. It's the accelerator to grow my company, upskill myself, and support my advocacy work to inspire others. So I shall be shaping what comes next by building on the reputation of Iden Manor and consolidating its performance. I've secured full planning permission for a new purpose-built 70-bedded nursing home on the land adjacent to Iden Manor. My vision is that it will be a flagship of modern best practice design and innovative care that I will be proud to steward. And I will also be using these funds to plan inclusive design in my future care home and implement changes in my current care home, including smart technology and enhanced sensory environments to promote exceptional care that can support the local community and NHS needs. I do hope also that this award will open the door to future partnerships in funding, design and delivery. I intend to shape my future and shape myself by investing in further leadership and development training so I can amplify my voice and advocate as a disabled entrepreneur and show that care can be led and that this sector can benefit from those who have lived experience and entrepreneurial drive. As part of my ethos of giving it forward, and learning from my recent experiences from the Stelios Foundation, I will be building networks and increasing visibility and challenging why disabled leaders are missing in the boardroom and why they aren't at the decision-making table to ensure that we have a voice as well. I'm also going to be seeking to mentor and be involved in community impact initiatives to encourage emerging leaders, especially those with disabilities, including speaking at schools and at community events, to show that leadership can come in all forms, and use my voice to raise aspirations for those who may not see themselves as represented. So Stelios, I don't want to make this sound like an Oscar acceptance speech, but I would like to say thank you to those in the room and beyond who have inspired me and challenged me and mentored me and listened to me. Sometimes just listening is what I needed.
Are you going to thank your mum and dad as well?
They're in the room, and of course I will.
Exactly. Bravo. Well done, well done. What a great moving story, but also one of success.
Thank you so much.
You know, I've seen the numbers, and it's incredible how efficiently and profitably Umbrin is running the care home, and she's growing it now, and it's going to be 2-3 times the size. So well done, a great business.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this powerful platform. I'm very grateful.
Excellent, thank you. So do we have Cedric in the room from last year?
No, he hasn't reached us yet, unfortunately. So he'll be joining us to congratulate him in person in here. But Nick, the photographer, was just wondering if we could do a quick call with, quick photo with Umbreen and yourself in the check, if that's okay.
Can we split the screen on that?
You mean split the screen? Yeah, okay.
So he does have
Yeah, fine. Let's have a look.
so we just need Umbreen and Stelios on.
Let me remove the other spotlights.
Yeah.
We've lost
Maybe we don't need the interpreter for a second. Yeah.
You've removed the foundation hall.
Yeah, we don't need that for the photograph. Just take the photograph with the two of us.
No, but you're not on the screen.
We're not seeing anyone. I'm giving up. That one's on.
Do you see me and Umbrin on the screen in the room?
No. Mukesh has just joined again, so if you let him join, then we'll be able to see the screen.
Yeah. You just remove it.
216, top one. Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, yeah.
The challenges of technology. How do you get someone from Monaco and someone from Corfu to appear on a screen in London? So Tracy, I don't know what you can do now, but that's the best we can do from here.
We're not in the meeting, so we can't see it for some reason.
I can see you both. If you want to smile, I'm very happy to take a screenshot of just your 2 windows, if that's what you're after, or 3 windows if you want Paul Woods as well.
There is nobody in the waiting room anyway, so
what's this removal?
we have a recording of this anyway. All right.
I can take a photo if you'd like me to. I can see
very much.
What's this is remove us from the meeting. So
Who's the host?
You could use this. There, I can see.
Oh, can we see him here?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. We won't be able to get a check in, but at least. Oh, hello. It might not work with the check.
You get a check above it.
All right. We've got 45 minutes. I think that's the best we can do. Umbrin, again, well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. See you
next
time.
Thank you. Thank
you. Bye.
Bye.